Well, hello. Let's get started reading Kitten's First Full Moon. In this story, we're going to talk about cause and effect. Let's talk a little bit about what that even means. Cause and effect means something happens and it causes something else to do something, such as if it's raining, that's the cause. It's raining outside. The effect, well, we either don't go outside and play or we go outside with an umbrella. Not how we normally would have done it on a sunny day. Another cause and effect. Your toys are all over the room. That's the cause. The effect is somebody might come in and trip all over them. There's your effect. So we're going to be talking about cause and effect in Kitten's first full moon. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's get started with the story. Remember, we're going to be listening for cause and effect situations. It was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, there's a little bowl of milk in the sky, and she wanted it. So, why does Kitten want the moon? Think about that. I hope you said because it looked like a little bowl of milk. Now, what was the cause and effect on this page? Well, if you said she saw the moon, something similar to that, therefore she thought it was a bowl of milk, that would be your cause and effect. She saw the moon, she thought it was a bowl of milk. Let's keep reading. So she closed her eyes and stretched her neck and opened her mouth and licked. But Kitten only ended up with a bug on her tongue. Poor Kitten. So what was the cause and effect on these pages? Hope you said she licked. And the effect is she got a bug on her tongue. All right, good job. Okay, let's keep reading. So still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. Is there any cause and effect on these two pages? She didn't get her milk, so she had to wait. That's right, she had to wait. Okay, let's keep going. So she pulled herself together and wiggled her bottom and sprang from the top step of the porch. But Kitten only tumbled, bumping her nose and banging her ear and pinching her tail. Poor Kitten. So what was the cause and effect? I'm giving you time to think about it before I say it. Okay, I hope you said that the cause was her getting ready to pounce up. And the effect, after she was getting ready, what was the effect? That's right, tumbling down those steps and bumping all over. Okay, good job. Let's just keep reading. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. You think she's going to give up? I hope you said no. It's kind of like the situation we're in right now. We're not going to give up with our learning. Just like she's not going to give up with trying to get that bowl of milk, which we know is really what? That's right, the moon. Okay, let's go on. So she chased it down the sidewalk, through the garden, past the field, and by the pond. But Kitten never seemed to get closer. Poor Kitten. Why do you think it is that she can never get closer to it? All right, I bet you came up with some really good answers. So what is the cause in these 2 pages? She's running along, trying to catch the big bowl of milk, which we know is really the moon. And the effect, she's never getting closer to it. We know the reason, but she doesn't. Okay, let's move on. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. You think she's going to sneak up on it? Because it looks like she's going to try to do that right now. Because look at her. What do you think she's about to do? All right, moving on. So she ran to the tallest tree she could find, and she climbed and climbed and climbed to the very top. But Kitten still couldn't reach the bowl of milk, and now she was scared. Poor Kitten, what could she do? All right, why don't you answer that? What could she do? Knowing you guys, I know you've given some good answers. All right, so let's talk about the cause and effect on these 2 pages. The cause, climbing up that tree. The effect, yeah, getting stuck up on the top and now becoming scared. Okay, I want you to think about before we move on. What do you think is going to happen next? Okay, let's move on. There she is at the top of the tree. Let's find out what's happening. Then, in the pond, Kitten saw another bowl of milk, and it was bigger. What a night! All right, so what do you think is happening right now? If you said, she's thinking that, man, she's hit the jackpot, there's another bowl of milk even closer. You're right. All right, think about what do you think she's going to do next? Okay, let's see if you're correct. Let's move on. So she raced down the tree and raced through the grass and raced to the edge of the pond. She leaped with all of her might. What do you think is going to happen to that kitten? All right, there's a cause and effect on this page, but we're not going to talk about it now because that's going to be some of your writing assignment later. So think about the cause and effect. What is she doing and what happens because of it? Okay, let's just keep moving. Poor kitten. She was wet and sad and tired and hungry. Now, we can guess why she's wet. Why do you think she's sad? Why is she tired? And why is she hungry? Okay, think of those answers and keep them. So she went back home. What would you have done if you were the kitten? Would you have given up? Would you have gone back home? Oh, I can just hear some of your answers. So keep thinking. And there was a great big bowl of milk on the porch. How do you think she feels now? Think about our zones of regulation. We just started it before we had to go off on break. Remember, we've got the green zone, the red zone, yellow, and blue. What zone do you think she's in right now? No, I bet she's in the green zone. Now, where do you think the milk came from? I bet it did. All that running around to find her bowl of milk, and it was right on her porch, given to her by her owner. Just waiting for her. What do we know from this illustration? Well, I know that she's eating it because her face is in the bowl, her tongue is out, her eyes are closed, and I know from my experience with cats, when their eyes are closed, they're content, they're happy. So what else do you know? Good job. Lucky kitten. What happens at the end of the story? Okay. All right, here's the author. He got the idea for Kitten's first full moon from a story he had begun to write many years before. Although he never finished this story, there was a line that read, "The cat thought the moon was a bowl of milk." He couldn't get this line out of his head, and over the years, the story of Kitten's first full moon formed. So guys, even though we might forget about it or not do something, it's never too late to pick something up that you've been wanting to do, just like he did with this. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your Teams, you're already here, and you're going to open up your graphic organizer. At the top, especially like over here on the right side of the page, you'll see the cause and effect. I've already filled out the first box for you, the cause and the effect. I want you to find two more causes and effects from the story and write it in your graphic organizer. Once you're finished, make sure that you turn it in. You know that button up at the top where it says turn in. Otherwise, all that work is just going to sit in your folder. Kind of like, sometimes when it sits in our desk and we don't turn it in. So turn that in and make sure your name's on it. Good job, guys. I certainly do miss you, and I hope you're doing some great things with learning at home. Bye.